Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Daria if you're new here, and today's practice is a heat building summertime Vinyasa flow. So this practice is a little bit faster paced and will hopefully leave you feeling sweaty and strong in your full body. So if you have a couple of yoga blocks, go ahead and grab those for this practice. If not, no worries, you can do everything without props. And whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. We'll start right away in a tabletop position. So find your way up onto hands and knees. Spread your fingers. Press down into the pads of your fingers. Widen your knees so they're about hips distance apart. And then start to hug everything toward the midline. So imagine that the line of your spine is the midline. And it's like you're trying to hug your palms toward one another and your knees toward one another, but without actually moving. Notice how this helps to kind of energize into your inner thighs and into your biceps. Now squeeze a little bit your belly button toward your spine to neutralize your lower back. Then, on your next inhale breath, start to arch your back, soften the low belly, lift your tailbones, spread your sit bones, and then really activate into your back body to draw your heart forward and lift your eyes to the sky, contracting through the spine, opening through the core, cow pose. When you breathe out, tuck your tailbone underneath of you. Get really hollow, first into the low belly, then the solar plexus, then close in through your ribs and tuck your chin toward your chest, closing off the throat, opening space into your whole back body. Again, inhale, arching your back, pull back on your palms, reach your heart forward, lift your eyes. Breathe out, press down, round and curl, tail tucks under, chin toward the chest. Picking up the pace a little, inhale, arch. Exhale, round and curl. Breathing in and out through your nose. Ujjayi pranayama. Inhale. Exhale. Neutralize your spine. Walk your knees together. With your next inhale breath, begin to stretch your right arm forward and your left leg back, hovering your limbs in line with your torso. As you breathe out, hug your knee and elbow to touch. Squeeze. Inhale, extend. Right arm forward, left leg back. Exhale, squeeze in toward the midline. Keep your core connected so you're not arching or rounding your back. Keep moving. Breathe in. Breathe out, squeeze it together. One more time. Inhale, extend. Now this time as you exhale, hover your left leg toward the side and your right arm to the side. In line with your torso, hovering here in an awkward airplane. Nice. Strong core. Breathe in, reach your left toes back, right arm forward. Breathe out and switch. Right hand down, left knee down. Other side. Inhale. Left arm forward, right toes back. Exhale, squeeze it together. Right knee and left elbow touch. Inhale, extend. Left arm forward, right leg back. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. Claw into your right fingertips. Now breathe in, reach long. With your exhale breath, glide. Right arm toward the right side, left arm toward the left side. Hovering here, press the ground away from you, hold and squeeze. And then inhale. Left arm forward, right leg back. Exhale, finding tabletop position once again. Nice job. Tuck your toes behind you. Take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, keep the hugging together of your palms, like hugging the midline, but also press them down and forward. Lift your knees and send your hips all the way up and back into downward facing dog. Take a few moments here. Steady down into your hands and your feet, finding the anchor points where you can root and then grow from those points, stretching length and breadth through your spine and through the backs of the legs. Look to the left and then look to the right, opening the back of the neck, softening the back of the head. Just take one more inhale breath. When you breathe out, close your ribs, micro bend your knees, and press your heart back toward your thighs. Next inhalation, float your heels off the ground, round forward through your spine, coming into a high plank. As you breathe out, stretch your heels back, stretch your heart forward, and bend your elbows, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, press down, come back up to a high plank, and exhale, micro bend knees and elbows, curving from the tip of your tailbone. Glide your spine up and back into downward facing dog. Again, inhale, heels rise, round forward, squeeze front body to back body. Exhale, slowly with resistance, lower chaturanga. Firm your thighs. Inhale, press down, come back up to the top of a plank. Glide your shoulder blades apart so you have a dome into the back of the heart. And then breathing out, send your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, heels rise, round forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale, press down, rise up. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Full breath in. Full breath out. Breathe in, lift your heels. Breathe out, pivot both heels to face toward the right side of the mat. Bend your knees a lot and step down into your entire right foot. See if you can root your right heel and your right big toe. Left heel can stay lifted. Staying deeply bent in the knees, start to stack the left side of your body on top of the right side. Keep reaching your heart a little forward and look to your thumbs. Open space into the left side body. Breathe in. Stay as you breathe out. Inhale, lift your heels. Come back to the center, down dog. Next breath in, heels rise. Breathing out, spin your heels toward the left. Press your left heel down, press your left big toe down. Keep the right heel lifted and try to stack your right hip on top of your left hip. Feel the space that you're creating through your right ribs. Breathe there. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your heels and bring your feet back to parallel at the top of the mat. Now, breathe in, lift your heels. Stay high on the balls of your feet. Press into your palms, hug in through your core, and start to travel to the top of your mat. Just taking little baby tiptoes all the way there. And then land, toes behind the wrists, hinging from your hips. Bow in deeply, chest over your thighs. Reach the crown of your head toward your toes. Catch opposite elbows. Take a couple little rocks here, side to side. Try to keep the hinging action here coming from the hip creases rather than from your lower back. Send your tailbone and your sitting bones up to the sky, but then root into your big toes and stretch the crown of your head even more toward the earth. Release your elbows. Root your fingertips down, either to the mat, maybe onto blocks here. Take an inhalation, halfway lift, stretching back through the inner parts of your thighs. Reach forward through the crown of your head. As you breathe out, lift your toes, turn them to point toward the top corners of the mat, then re-anchor them as you sink your hips down between your heels, Malasana. With your inhale breath, hug in through your core, lift your chest, and bring both arms up beside your ears. And then with your exhale breath, fingertips to the mat, lift your hips, spin your feet back to parallel position, and fold in. Again, breathe in, halfway lift, crown of head forward, tailbone glides back. Exhale, lift your toes, pivot on your heels to turn the toes out, and then sink your hips low. With your inhale breath, elongate up through your full spine, reach your arms by your ears. And exhale, fingertips down, lift your hips, turn your toes in, and bow down. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, pivot on your heels, angle your toes to the top corners of your mat, sink low. Inhale, reach your arms high. And exhale, palms through prayer, fingertips down, folding in, Uttanasana. Now, plug into your big toes, hug in through your core, and round all the way up to standing. Go vertebra by vertebra, really slow. Head rises very last at the top. And then feel your shoulders melting away from your ears. Take a breath in, pressing into your feet, stretch your arms wide and all the way up to the sky. As you breathe out, dive down, but just come halfway down. So your torso is about parallel to the earth. Broaden through your chest. Hug the tips of the shoulder blades together and stretch out through the fingers. With your next inhalation, bend your knees deeply. Sink your hips low and back, and then stretch your fingertips up to the sky. Coming into chair pose, Utkatasana. Slide the shoulders away from the ears. Lift your chest. Sink into your hips. Take a breath in. Stay as you breathe out. One more inhalation. Now with your exhale breath, bow your chest down over your thighs. Send your fingertips back. Hug in through your core. Press more into your right foot and float your left foot off the ground. Kick your heel to your sitting bone. Now inhale, start to reach back through your left toes. Reach forward through your heart. Stay deeply bent in your right leg. And then with your exhale, stretch your left toes to the back of the mat. Reach your arms forward to counter the balance. Once your left toes land, softly sink your knee to the earth. Inhale, Float your fingertips up to the sky, Anjaneyasana, kneeling warrior. As you exhale, press straight down, lift your back knee off the ground, and come on up into a high crescent lunge. Tuck your pelvis a little underneath of you, hug in through your waist, and then lengthen up through the tips of your fingers. Take a full breath in. As you breathe out, circle your palms down to the mat, frame your right foot, and step back into a plank. Breathe in here, lean forward. Breathe out, chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press into your toenails, firm your thighs, lift your heart. Breathing out, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. With your next inhale breath, float your heels and then pivot them toward the right side of the mat. Sink your right heel, press your right big toe down, and then stay right here or stack the left side of your rib cage over the right side. Dig into your right fingertips and turn your left elbow toward the sky into a cactus shape. Hug the shoulder blades together behind you. Keep sitting back into the legs, bending the knees. Take one more breath in and reach your left fingertips over your ear. Breathing out, revolve back into downward facing dog. Now, step your feet in like half of a footprint closer toward your palms. Look to your thumbs. Breathe in, lift your heels. Breathe out, bend your knees deeply at the bottom of the exhale breath. Hop, kick your heels in towards your sitting bones, and then land and go again. Just taking a couple little frog jumps here, using the breath, and try to stack the hips directly over your shoulders. Just for 3. 2 more. Last one, hop all the way to the top of your mat and fold in. Breathe in, take a halfway lift, elongate your spine. Breathe out, fold down. Inhale, long spine, root your feet. Rise all the way up to standing, turn your eyes to your thumbs. Breathing out, dive halfway down, tailbone back, chest comes parallel to the earth. Now with your inhale breath, bend your knees deeply. Sink your hips low and back, and then start to stretch your fingertips up to the sky, chair pose, soft shoulders, soft hips. Soften your jaw. Breathe in here, grow long. Breathing out, bow your chest down over your thighs, glide your fingertips back, hug the shoulder blades together. Shift the weight into your left foot, and then as you inhale, kick your right heel in towards your sitting bone. As you exhale, begin to stretch the right toes long and back behind you. Breathe in to grow long. Breathe out, left knee deeply bent. Reach your fingertips forward, softly using your core. Step your right toes to the back of the mat and then land your knee. Inhale, float your fingertips up to the sky, Anjaneyasana. With your exhale breath, press straight down evenly into both big toes and lift your back knee off the ground. Really pull up through the front of your right thigh. Find the breath here. Feel it moving through the 4 sides of your torso evenly. Deep inhale. 1 exhale, palms down, step to plank and lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, rise. Upward facing dog, heart pulls forward. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Lift your heels and spin them toward the left side of the mat. Sink your right heel, keep your left heel lifted. Root firmly into the knife edge of your right foot and your big toe simultaneously. Then scoop your left shoulder blade underneath you, dig into your left fingertips, and maybe begin to cactus your right elbow. Stack right side body over the left. Breathe in. Breathe out. See if you can extend your right fingertips all the way forward over your ear. 1 more breath. Use your exhale to revolve back into downward facing dog, core hugging in really tight. Now, walk your feet in a little closer and we'll play into those frog jumps just 1 more time. Spread your fingers, dig into the finger pads. Breathe in, lift your heels. Breathe out, bend your knees, sink your hips back at the bottom of the breath, hop. Stacking hips over the shoulders. Keep your eyes a little in front of the fingers. Maybe catching a little bit of air time upside down, but try to focus more just on this springy action here. 3, 2, and hop up to a squat, sinking your hips all the way down between your heels. Let's meet in Malasana, palms to prayer, heart center. Find the position that's manageable for you to hold for a few rounds of breath. We'll take a little pause here. Lift your heart to your thumbs. Steady through your breath. If you need a clearing sigh to let go of some heat, take one, exhaling out of the mouth. Good. Now begin to reach your fingertips forward. Hug in through your core and see if you can sink all the way down to a seat here. Let's find boat pose. So knees together, lean back so you feel your core really engaging. Open your shoulder blades. Open your chest. Hug your shoulder blades. Bring your knees parallel to the ground. Hands behind the legs for support, or maybe reach your arms forward. We're gonna tap the right toes down, breathing in, breathing out, squeeze and lift it back up. Inhale, left toes down. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Good, keep your palms opening. Inhale. Exhale, reach your chest towards your knees. Inhale. Exhale. If you want a little extra challenge, legs all the way straight. Tap down your right heel, breathing in, breathing out, squeeze and lift it back up. Inhale, left side. Exhale, lift. Good, one more each side. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, left. Exhale, lift. Nice. Bend your knees, root your feet to the ground. Hands to the fronts of the shins. Take an inhalation, widen your knees. Send your butt back, lift your heart, lift your eyes. When you breathe out, get hollow in your core, round your spine. Tuck your chin a little toward your chest. Again, inhale, arching the back. Exhale, hug in tight, rounding and curling. Breathe in, lift up. Kick your heels in towards your sitting bones. Then see if you can come back into a squat. Just using a little momentum, lean your chest forward. If that transition was a little tricky, use your hands and just find your way back up here. Breathe in, lift your heels off the ground, widen your knees, stretch your fingertips up. And breathe out, bowing down, forward fold. Take an inhale breath. Halfway lift, ironing out through your spine. Breathing out, bow down, forward fold. Inhale, long spine, press down, rise to standing, look up. As you exhale, swan dive, halfway down. Breathe in, bend your knees, sink your hips low and back, and then stretch your fingertips up to the sky, coming into chair pose. Breathe out, bow your chest down over your thighs, send your fingertips back. As you inhale, shift the weight into your right foot, kick your left heel in towards your sitting bone, and then exhale to stretch your left leg long and back behind you. Now this time, press down into your right leg to draw it straight-ish. Curl from the back of your heart forward, coming into an airplane pose. Spin your left toes down, squeeze in through your core, and then stretch in every direction. Breathe in. Breathe out, press down, rise to standing on your right foot. Hover your left foot off the ground just like an inch, and then keep your legs straight and see how high you can lift it. Coming into, it's like a one-legged Tadasana, but with a straight front leg. Pulling up the fronts of your thighs, breathing in. Stay as you breathe out. One more inhale. Good. Exhale, eagle. Thread your left leg on top of the right one, squeezing your inner thighs. Left toes can kickstand or wrap them behind your right shin. Bring your left arm under your right one. Palms to prayer in front of your face. Steady your eyes. Steady your breath. Imagine it's like you're wrapping your body around a pole that runs through the center line of your body. Really squeeze into that midline and sink just a little deeper. Feel your right big toe and pinky toe rooting evenly. Breathe in. Breathe out. Unwind. Start to float your left knee in towards your chest, one-legged Tadasana. And as you breathe out, just step down, left foot beside the right. Bring your palms to prayer at heart center. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, dive down halfway, long spine. Tailbone back, heart forward. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, reach your fingertips high, chair pose. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Bow your chest a little forward. Inhale, shift the weight to the left foot. Hug your right heel in toward your sit bone. Exhale, kick your right leg toward the back of your space. Hug in through your core. Then press your left foot into the earth and stretch your legs straighter. Opening everything up into airplane pose. Energize biceps, energize triceps. Reach forward through your heart. Breathing in. Breathing out. Right foot hovers just like an inch off the ground. Then keep your legs straight as you inhale and glide your leg up, maybe about in line with your hip. Arms to the sky. Couple breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. Breathing out, eagle. Thread your right leg on top of the left one. Squeeze the inner thighs, maybe finding the wrap of your toes behind your opposite calf. And this time, right arm under the left. Settle your shoulders away from your ears, but simultaneously stretch the tips of your fingers toward the sky. See how much you can feel everything here opening up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Unwind. Softly step your right foot down beside the left, and then draw your palms to prayer heart center. Take a breath in. Take a big sigh out of your mouth. Next inhalation, press into your feet, reach your arms all the way up to the sky, look up. Breathing out, dive down, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga, step back, float back, whatever you want to do. Lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high to the sky. Take a breath in, lift your heels, and pivot your heels toward the right side of the mat. Root your right heel and your right big toe. Inhale, cactus your left elbow up toward the sky. Now, as you exhale, see if you can press down into your right foot. Float your left toes, and then stretch your left leg and your right leg a little more straight, squeezing in through your right side body. Big rainbow arc here. Stretch your left fingertips all the way forward over your ear. Take a breath in. Now, as you breathe out, bend a little bit back into your right knee and flip into wild thing. Left toes go back, right shoulder blade tucks to the back of your heart. Take your left hand to the back of your head to help extend into the cervical spine, and then open it up here. Hips toward the sky. Little hugging of the inner thighs toward one another. Lift your heart. One more breath in. Breathing out, use your core, stack left side body over the right side, and pivot back into downward facing dog, hips high. Let's take a breath in and a breath out. Breathe in, lift your heels. Breathe out, pivot both heels to the left, root your left heel. Right heel stays lifted. Inhale to cactus your right elbow toward the sky. Exhale, press into left hand and foot. See if you can float your right set of toes just like an inch off the ground. Then pressing down more, cinching the left side body more, come into the rainbow arc position. So right arm forward over the head, opening the right side body. Inhale here. Exhale, pivot into wild thing, bending back into the left knee, right toes drop off the mat behind you. Hands to the back of your head if you like. Open things up here. Feel the rooting of your toes. Feel the grip of the left fingertips to the earth and the support of the left shoulder behind you. Just take one more breath in. And then as you breathe out, stack the right side body on top of the left side and pivot back into down dog using your core. Full breath in. Big sigh, breathe it out. Lift your heels. Bring your knees to the mat and we'll start to slow things down a little. Untuck your toes. Let's come out into puppy pose. Crawl your fingertips toward the top of the mat. Could be forehead is coming down. Could be chest and chin to the mat. And wherever you are, finding the softness into the back of the heart, softness into the creases of the hips, broadening the upper back. Soften your feet, your ankles, and your toes. Relax the creases of the forehead. Relax into your breath. Just melting here. One more inhale. One more exhale. Press down, lift your upper arm bones. We're gonna slide through into a Sphinx pose. So sinking onto the belly. Have your elbows just a little in front of your shoulders. Send your right hand to your inner left elbow and then kick your left heel in. Circle your left hand around and back and try to catch for your foot from the pinky side. If you're good there, maybe catch your foot from the big toe side, pressing the heel of the hand to the big toe, and then play with spiraling your fingertips to point forward. Last option, maybe press into the right palm and come on up into almost like a half cobra pose here. Tuck the tailbone a little, lift your pelvic floor, and send your breath into what's opening up. Soften the front of your left thigh. One more breath in. And breathe out, let it go. Switching sides, left hand turns in towards your inner right elbow. Right heel, kick it in, reach around and back. Catch your foot wherever is available for you. Maybe playing with the spinning of the fingertips forward. Flex your toes into your hand. And then you could stay right there, or maybe pressing the left palm down to lift the forearm. Soften your breath. One more inhale. And on the exhale, release, coming down onto your belly. Interlace your fingers at the base of your spine. Hug the heels of the hands together. And then as you inhale, press into your toenails. Start to lift your heart, reach it forward, and then reach your fists toward the back of the mat behind you. Firm up through the fronts of your thighs. Grow really, really long from the back of your heart forward. Keep an evenness into the back of your neck so it's aligned with the rest of your spine. Just take one more breath in. Breathe out, let it go. Place your palms by your ribs. Come through a tabletop and find your way down to a seated position. Sukhasana, nice easy seat, sitting bones anchor, lifting up tall through the top of your head. Bring your palms facing the sky, close your eyes, and see how much you can observe here. All of the sensations moving through your body, all the increased circulation. Feel where there's been heat that you've built, fire that you've created in the body. And then see if you can feel like a stilling of the mind. Maybe the thoughts have settled a bit, or your mind was able to really focus in on the present during the practice. And now try to concentrate your awareness to the space right at the center of your eyebrows. We'll just take a few final breaths here, filling fully to the tops of the lungs with every inhale breath. And then really feeling like the anchoring effect of your exhale, feeling the press of the pelvis to the earth. Feeling your body dropping any layers of tension that you don't need to carry with you into the rest of your day. Draw your palms to prayer at heart center. Take a moment to find some genuine gratitude for your body here. Say something nice about your body. And from here, you're welcome to move into Shavasana if you'd like, lying down flat and taking rest. Or you could stay in a seat and just breathe, or whatever else you'd like to do. I will leave you here for this practice. I hope that you enjoyed and that you're feeling good. If you're not subscribed to my channel, you can do that down below. You can also join as a monthly donation member. Both of these really help to support me. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon in the next class. Bye.